I'll introduce you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm only going to take up 2 minutes of your time. It's just that I was late because I was in London and I heard some quite inspiring things this morning, and I just wanted to pass one of the things on without any judgment. I can't take questions because this is all I know. This was a user-led activity in a non-user-led organisation. So they don't make any apologies for the fact that they're not user-led, but this was a really good example, I thought. So it's a homeless charity in Oxfordshire called Mayday. The lady I heard speak this morning was Pat McCardles, who is the CEO of Mayday. So they were 100% state funded. So they were running completely commissioned services. And she said the services weren't always that effective anyway, and there was a revolving door of people being homeless repeatedly. So the impact wasn't amazing anyway. Because of austerity, 70% of their service users stood to lose those services anyway. So it was all looking a little bit bleak. She felt that commissioned services compromised their mission, their creativity and their ability to take risks. So they wrote a booklet which is called Wisdom from the Street, and they interviewed hundreds of homeless people in their area. And they asked them 2 questions. They said, what do you think of homeless services? And the second question was, what impact do they have on your life? So the answers to those questions, really broadly speaking, I'm sure they had lots and lots of answers, but she gave 2 very broad answers. Number 1, when you become homeless, the way you are treated is intrusive, embarrassing and re-traumatising, and that the services themselves were actually part of the problem. And also people said the outcomes are not good enough and that people are stuck in the homeless system. So they came up with a plan. She didn't have time to tell us exactly what that plan looked like. They got their 70 staff in a room. They had changed their mission. They changed their objectives entirely based on what was in this booklet that was written entirely by homeless people. 50% of the staff took voluntary redundancy because they didn't agree. They thought, well, it's never going to work. We don't want to be part of this. So 50% of the staff left. They handed back all of their contracts to their local authority. We don't want to do it your way anymore. They found social investors, trust funders and corporates to give them the money. They reduced their yearly turnover from 4 million to 2 million in that process. They tripled their impact with homeless people, and that is in terms of things like employment, long-term education, people's relationships with their families, all the things that you can measure. 3 times more impact, and again, that's a really broad statement. But I just thought that was a fantastic story. She said the whole process was awful, painful, losing all those staff, all the HR implications, you mentioned HR, but I just thought that was a really good story. They started with the booklet, they ended up with a completely different organisation. So I just wanted to pass that on because it's fresh. So thank you very much.
That's great.